Follow me, Blue Shark.
Hail, salutations, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the G.N.A podcast. When life gets you down and then pushes you onto the floor, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and look life straight in the eyes and say, "You hit like a bitch." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Blue Shark 45, and this is a G.N.A podcast, games, nerds, and alcohol. And I am joined by a healthy crew. Well, I mean, we think we're healthy. We don't think we have COVID. But I'm joined by the spectacular, the one, the only, back by popular demand, Zyber Blood. Zyber, how you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, okay. Hey, yeah, I'm back. Do you want me back?
Dude, you are so white when you take your hat off, it blinds your camera.
I know, man. Sorry. Yeah, I'm back from the Great Void and beyond. These gents did a resurrection spell. This time they didn't use the bed bug, so I don't itch.
No, dude, we had to fucking call up Constantine to get his ass over here. And not like one, but we had to get Keanu Reeves and the fucking guy from DC Legends tomorrow, too.
All right, fair enough.
Whatever we have to do to bring Zyber back, we will do it. And we have the lovely, the clean-cut Damok. Damok, how you doing tonight, sir?
Oh man, I got a fucking haircut today. I feel so much goddamn better. So much better. It was getting bad, but I took a couple pictures for you guys of the before, and now you get to see the after.
Hey, you're looking good, man. I'm a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking forward to the Joe Dirt, haircut for Halloween, but I understand that would have been a long haul. We were far away.
They actually sell the Joe Dirt wig. Because, he wore the wig in the movie, and I'll just purchase that, and I'll purchase that Life's a Garden Dig It t-shirt, and we'll be good to go. I'll be the fat Joe Dirt.
There you go.
Are you going to make a cut in your head and let it grow in?
No. I'm not taking my scalp off. Jesus fucking Christ, Zyber.
Well, that's the Joe Dirt.
Yeah, that's Joe Dirt. That's not fucking Damok.
Well, if you do that, then I'll show up with my Homer boxers again.
Except this time Homer will have a nose piercing.
Yeah, he will. That or cancerous growth on one of his heads.
I remember there was a time where I pitched the idea that we all shaved our heads if we got an X number of downloads in, I think, an episode or a month. Yeah, that got shot down by, I think, you, Cecil.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, my hair goes down to my ass. You know how long it took me to grow that?
3 months.
Like 2.5, but yeah, I mean, it's a while.
Yeah. You still haven't gotten a haircut, huh?
No. I cut one the other day. It was a split end and it was kind of dead, so I cut it.
Oh,
so
okay.
Technically, I got
guess
a haircut.
That counts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the G.N.A podcast, and we're going to get into one of our tenets, which is what are we drinking?
Hold on, Blue. How are you? How are you, good sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. It's July. The fiancé is almost done with school, and it's a long weekend. So I'm doing pretty damn good. Thank you for asking, sir.
No, really,
Absolutely.
man.
Can't leave you out, man.
Tell us how you really feel, though. I mean, you can let us know. I mean, it's all right. You're here with friends.
We don't have enough time to go into that.
All right, then you're with a bunch of dicks and assholes. Let it out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, Zyber. I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm also not wrong. He's with friends, but he's also with dicks and assholes. So, like, I mean,
Little column A, little column B. But let's move on into what everyone's partaking in tonight. And we'll go back around to Cecil. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
dude, I am actually drinking. So I gotta actually give you this little tidbit. I told my wife not to get any more soda for me because I've been trying to stop drinking soda in the house. Because if it's here, I'll drink it. Just like snacks. If there's snacks are here, I'll eat them. I have really, really low willpower for things when it comes to consumption like that. Probably why I'm such a drunk. Anyways, I digress. So I wanted to drink some rum tonight, but I didn't have any soda. And I'm like, God, all the rum I have is mixing rum. It's not straight rum. And I'm not muscling it out. Sorry. I love the G.N.A, but I'm not muscling it out with some mixing rum that just is not meant to be drunk straight. So I look at my wife and I was like, hey, chances I can get you to go out to the store. And she walks in, picks up a 4-pack of friggin' Peps or Coke Zero. And I'm like, do you just hide Coke Zero around the house just in case I ask? And she gave me this long story, which I won't regale you with. Anywho, so now I've got Coke Zero and I'm drinking Kraken limited edition black roast. It's a coffee. Pretty much it's a coffee liqueur, but it's made by Kraken, same people to make the rum. I got it mixed with, I did about 50-50 in a 16-ounce glass. It's pretty good. It's if you like coffee, it's all the way there. But I did it 50-50. It came out a bit strong because I didn't stir it at first. I just kind of started sucking on the end of it. And yeah, that first hit was way too much coffee. But now that I've kind of gone through it a little bit more, it's good. It's got a nice coffee flavor to it. It really has no bite whatsoever. I don't know what the ABV is, but there's almost no bite to it. It's good. That's the best I can say. The attack is really, really smooth. The finish is all coffee. And that's mixed with Coke. So it literally tastes like I'm drinking a coffee right now.
Well, that's very nice. And what was the name of that one more time?
That was Kraken Limited Edition Black Roast.
Very nice. And Damok, what are you partaking in over there? Try to stay awake on me, though. Don't fall asleep.
Oh, man. Yeah, sorry. I've been drinking since like 2 p.m. It's, 8:03 p.m., so...
You live such a hard life.
Yeah, dude, fuck, man. I ran all my errands, I got my hair cut, came back and was like, fuck it, it's time to have a couple beers. I'm several raging bitches in, and I think that 6-pack is gone, so now I'm into some Elysian Space Dust that I'm about to pour, and then the girlfriend decided that she wanted to get these weird, pre-mixed shots, so we had some lemon drop shots to go with things. Yeah, just drinking the standard beers, having a good time.
And that Elysian, that's an IPA, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we've talked about it several times. Elysian Space Dust, really good.
So good.
I couldn't tell you what it tastes like anymore because I've been drinking since 2, and we are several hours past 2, so I don't know. It's just good.
Good beer. That's the takeaway, folks. And Zyber, what are you partaking in this evening, sir?
I am partaking of one of my favorite gins. It's not the Tomcat, but it's by the same people that make Tomcat. It's Bar Hill Gin. Bar Hill Gin. I've been drinking a lot of it. Now, to me, it's one of, by far, the best gins out there. It doesn't leave you too much of a, sucked in face because it's so dry. Actually salivates the mouth a little, and the flavor hit is quite on point with the juniper and middle honey, and then it finishes with a bit more of the juniper. But I take it a step further into sort of a mixed drink kind of thing with ginger beer. And I am using a extra spicy ginger beer. And it mixes very, very well. It has that hit of spice, in the front and then just sweet on the back end, mixing with the flavors of the gin. And one thing that I find funny, and I kind of can see where people go with gin being either a fancied vodka or vodka being a unfinished gin. I get the profiles within like the concoction. It's nice. I like it. It's pleasant. It's fun.
I'm a huge fan of good gin, man. Like there's some really shitty gins out there, but I'm a fan of good gin. But I really like vodka, and that's probably why I'm a fan of good gin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like going and eating a handful of cookie crumbs versus a handful of dirt that looks like the cookie crumbs kind of thing.
Well, I'm glad you went with
Yeah, it's kind of weird though. Like, I'm no longer 14, so I grew out of my vodka stage, but a good gin, that has been really nice. I will do a good gin and tonic, but vodka, don't even try and give it to me anymore, dude. I'm no longer 14.
Oh, dude, I love vodkas. There are so many good vodkas out there that 14-year-old Damok,
top tier vodka.
Yeah, like 14-year-old vodka or 14-year-old Damok would not know what the hell it is. Like, that's how good a vodka it is. I've had some really great vodkas.
See, I might have to try one then because.
Well, 1800 is a really nice, smooth.
1800, ew. No, and that's a tequila.
Stuff, man, I like it.
All right, Crystal Skull.
1800's tequila.
Yeah, that is tequila.
Oh God, no, dude! Crystal Skull tastes like fucking rubbing alcohol.
All right, then you have no clue how to drink vodka, then, man.
Okay, so instruct us, because I've had like Absolute before. It tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Absolute is shot vodka, like straight up shot vodka. Just like rums, you've got mixing vodkas, you've got shot vodkas, and then you've got well vodkas, like just the bottom of the barrel dirt shit that you don't drink, like Stalingrad vodka. You drink that when you can't afford anything good to drink and you just want to spend $3 on a gallon of vodka because you just want to get drunk. Now, most people will go, oh, well, Grey Goose is a great vodka. No, Grey Goose is an okay vodka. It's not a great vodka. Yeah. It's okay. It's smooth. It doesn't have nearly the bite of some really small, like the Absolutes. It doesn't have like the hard bite that Absolute has. Above Absolute, I would put Stoli, but not the Stoli straight. You got to get the Stoli Citron. That is just a step above Absolute. But then, I honestly don't know why you think Crystal Skull vodka tastes disgusting, because Crystal Skull vodka has that hit, but it's smooth with that hit. So it's not like Absolute where it's a punch in your mouth and you're like, oh God, oh, my nipples are hard. It's like, whoo, you take that suck in of air and you're like, whoo, yeah. Like, you get that blast out.
I agree with that. I will give you that it is smooth and you get that good, sucking of air of it, but the flavor overall is no, dude. Honestly, if anything, I'll drink Kettle One and be okay-ish with that, but that's about it, man. Nothing else I've tried is fucking good.
Kettle One is a mixing vodka. That is not a vodka you should be drinking straight. Like a good vodka that you should be drinking straight. We'll go bottom of the barrel here. Like, the lowest vodka you should ever drink straight would be...
No, we're not going to go lowest vodka. Let's go mid-range, because I'm not buying bottom of the fucking barrel vodka.
Something that's good to drink on its own, but it's not the best. And it's a fairly decent price. Belvedere vodka is the lowest end I would say to go on something that I would drink in a martini, a vodka martini with just a splash of maybe vermouth or something. Actually, you know what? Skip the vermouth. Just take a glance over at an unopened bottle of vermouth, and that's it. There is everybody always raves about the Russian vodkas, and they're good, but they're not great. They're they're shot vodkas. Like there's something they're like sake, where sake you put down and you shoot it. Like you do it quick.
That depends. So I'm a huge sake drinker, and yeah, there's definitely some. You pour it in a fucking cup and you drink down the cup of sake, and there's definitely shooting sakes.
I was gonna say every one that I've had so far, except I did have an unfiltered one, and I put a picture of it in chat a little while ago. I had an unfiltered while I was over. I forget where I was now. I think I might have been at Hokkaido, but I was over there, had an unfiltered, and it was nice. It was actually, I did the normal thing first. I just pounded it back, and then I realized this is actually nice just to kind of sip on versus just slamming back.
You've had the unfiltered that I normally purchase, right? I can pour that in a cup and just sip on that. I love that.
Always, like every time we've gone out, we've always just pounded that back. We've just put it in a cup and kanpai and down the hatch.
Oh, that is true. That is just because I'm trying to share it across the board instead of just me pouring it in a fucking cup and just sipping on that all night.
Let me see if I can find it. There was actually a vodka out of Ireland, and I don't remember the name of it, but I remember I had this bottle for the longest friggin' time, and I loved it. And it wasn't Crystal Head or Crystal whatever vodka. It was something else, and it was really good. It might have been, you know what? It might have been out of Finland now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm looking here, and I'm not finding it, but I'm seeing this picture on this Finnish. It might have been Moses Vodka. I just remember it wasn't super expensive, but it was a really nice sit down and sip vodka. Like I've been drinking vodka since I was about 9, and I fucking love vodka, and I can't have it because I have a very, very aggressive reaction to vodka, and that's why my wife won't let me drink it anymore. I mean, when I say aggressive, I don't mean like my head explodes. I just mean like I stop breathing for a few minutes.
So, what do you recommend for just
honestly
sipping?
Like a Belvedere vodka? It's a good cheap vodka just to sit down and put like a splash of olive in. No. But I mean, when I say cheap, I mean it tastes. It's just like gin. You can and wine too. You can find really, I'll call them price aggressive. You can find a really price aggressive wine that tastes great. You can find a really price aggressive gin that tastes great. Belvedere, I would put in that price aggressive vodka line where it tastes good. And just like a splash of, as I said, like a little splash of vermouth or maybe an olive in it, just so you get that olive, just that little bit of olive juice in it to just give it that little bit of flavor and cut. It's kind of like when you take a scotch and you just put a couple of drops of water in it to open it up. Like that's what an olive does to vodka for me. Like it just opens it up so that the burn really goes away and you get all the flavors of the vodka that's there. Now, depending on which way you go, some people don't go with flavored vodkas, some people do. Pinnacle makes a really great flavored vodka. They've made some really, really funky flavors, and to be perfectly honest, they're really good.
Yes.
But I put, like, most of the Pinnacles
Yes,
I put into the line of a mixing vodka, though. Like, they mix very, very well, but there's a couple of them. Like the cotton candy one. Cotton candy is super good. It's really like, I can sit down.
Yes, it is. We bought it for a girl once. She was like against drinking, and we went. She's kind of like hesitant on drinking, and so they got the Gasparilla Parade is in Tampa Bay. It's this whole big pirate invasion thing. Everyone gets shit-faced and watch all these floats go by. So we stopped in the liquor store to stock up for the parade. And she kept eyeing this bottle of Pinnacle cotton candy. And we're like, you want it? And she's like, no. Like, no, we'll get it for you if you want it. And she's like, oh, okay. And we ended up drinking it because she only had like a little bit of it. But it's good. It's good stuff. But I really just want to focus on like not those types of vodkas. I want to, because like I don't want like Fireball whiskey. I want good whiskey. So I want a good suggestion, because I've got one suggestion on vodka that I'm willing to try. But I really feel like if I don't get another backup suggestion, I'm going to turn away from it like a little boy who gets bit by a dog at a young age and is turned away from dogs for the rest of his life.
But the thing, though, is you can treat vodka like the end processes of making gin. You can add herbs and spices to it to give it a whole huge, robust flavor that's actually
like that's
quite
one of the things I
palatable.
love about vodka, especially when you do like strawberries or blueberries and you soak the blueberries or the strawberries in the vodka, and then the vodka gets that flavor and you get that really great, like one of the best things I've loved doing is taking, as I said, a nice cheap easy vodka like Belvedere, and you throw a bunch of fresh blueberries in it. You let it sit for about 3-4 days like that. Get the blueberries out, strain out the vodka, and then you drink the vodka. It has a amazing blueberry flavor. But because of the blueberries, the water content in the blueberries, the vodka gets cut so it doesn't burn at all. At least to me, it doesn't burn at all.
Yeah, the flavor evolution is
and then what
quite
you do is you
subdued,
take
but
those
pleasant.
blueberries and you put them over top of cheesecake. Oh, man. Do you have a glass of that vodka and that cheesecake? You're hammered and it's awesome. But Belvedere, I would say, go with that. It's got a really nice flavor, in my opinion. It's on the cheaper end so that it doesn't break the bank and you don't feel that shitty ass hangover from like Stalingrad vodka. If you can find some Crystal Sky, I think it's called Crystal Head Aurora. Crystal Head, yeah, but I think there's a specific
Crystal
version
Head.
of it called Aurora. It's a little bit more expensive than the rest. The Aurora, honestly, I think it's Aurora or not erogenous. Shit. Damok, help me out. I can already see you're looking. It's Aurora. Thank you.
It's Aurora. I've been looking at it. It's Aurora Borealis, the most vivid aerial phenomena. That's our Crystal Head Aurora. And it is Crystal Head, not Crystal Skull. It just comes in a skull bottle.
Yeah, I think I'm
there's Crystal Skull.
But honestly, if you
tequila.
can find some Crystal Head Aurora, that is probably one of my favorite. Just for sitting down, as I said, just sitting down and sipping through it. But
Now that's interesting that you say that, because their website says it is their best mixing vodka
Really?
and should
So
be
like
used in
the Aurora,
cocktails,
I like
not straight.
I really like it straight.
Yeah, they list a shit ton of cocktails that they want you
know
to
what?
use the
first time
Aurora with.
I ever had Aurora, I did not mix it whatsoever. But then again, okay, coming from a person who likes vodka, who really likes vodka. Like, I like vodka more than I like rum. And you know how much I like rum.
coming from a person who uses Everclear in a base.
Dude,
of
coming from a
drink
guy
that he
who uses
made.
Everclear to rinse his mouth out after he pukes in a garbage can.
True, fair enough. So, Blue, how about you? What are you drinking?
Well, I was drinking Methuselah rum. I called Cecil earlier because the fiance wanted to. She wanted me to get some rum to mix with some cherry coke, so I got some Methuselah rum, and then I. Jesus freaking Christ! Sorry, I got distracted watching something. So I got some Methuselah rum, 15-year. I like it. It's good, smooth. I think personally, whatchamacallit, it's Captain Morgan Private Stock has to be my favorite for a smoother taste. I wish I could remember it. There's an actual like Cuban rum that one of my cousins got. One of my cousin's friends, got when they went over to Cuba, and that stuff was really good sipping rum. But the Methuselah 15 years pretty smooth, pretty good. You know, I've been drinking it with some ice. Kind of kills any little. It has a little bit of a bite, but it kind of kills it altogether. And I pretty much finished that, getting ready for the show. And now I'm drinking a Belgian White Blue Moon.
Shocker.
Yep.
Actually, I am shocked because I haven't heard him drink Blue Moon on the show in a while.
That's right. The last
So
three
you-
shows.
so
I
you
believe
didn't
I've
dig
been
the
doing it,
Methuselah?
but yeah. I did dig it. I just don't want to drink too much of it. So I decided to.
I was to
I
say,
only
me
had,
and my
like, 2
brother
glasses of
literally,
it tonight.
between the two of us, went through 1.5 liter of that. Like, just sitting down, playing video games, and we just drank through the entire bottle that night. But it was the 15, I think. No, it was actually the 10. That was the 10.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of move into our state of games, ladies and gentlemen. Now, state of games is where we talk about what we've been playing for the past week, or where we think the current state of gaming is right now. So let's go ahead and start with you, Zyber. What is your state of games?
Well, it's actually going to be quite interesting. I got bit by the Destiny bug again, so I've been playing that all week, and only that all week.
It'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotten to the point of where, like, I want to get a party together to run some of the other stuff, because it's starting to
It's
get
definitely starting to get hard. I can tell you that from here.
And yeah, my light level's too low.
So, did you pick up the latest the latest expansions of Destiny? Because I know that Beyond Light is coming out.
I don't have the most
Beyond
current
Light is,
one,
but I don't think
Blinding
that's
Light or
released
whatever
yet.
it
That's
is.
coming out.
Beyond Light, yeah.
So, did you get Shadowkeep? Yeah.
Yes, I got Shadowkeep. It's on sale, so it was affordable.
Yeah, blue. That Irish
$14.99,
vodka I was
so-
talking about, I found it. It was called Dingle Distillery.
Yes. Dingle. Okay.
But anyway, sorry, Zyber, back to you. Destiny 2. So, are you, what light level did you hit?
Right now,
Okay, yeah, so you got a ways to go, because I think the cap is like
900.
1090, 1070, 1090, something like that.
Yeah, it's something
But dude, the
ridiculously far from where I am right now. I mean, I'm at a area where I need to start running the nightfalls, the strikes, and shit like that. But I need to get a party together that.
Dude, to be honest, even though it blows,
with.
go run Crucible. Pound for pound, time invested, you actually get better light drops out of Crucible than you will from strikes. Now, Nightfalls are a different story, but Nightfalls are a pain in the ass, and you really do need people that you can work with. But Crucible, even if you lose, you still get better light drops than if you go through, and often in less time as well.
Yeah, I was considering running some of the Crucibles also, just so that I can clear out some of my level stuff in the game. Like, when I joined, there's this thing where I have to hit, level 900, and it unlocks some special armor or whatever, and there's a few things now on my to-do list for the game, but it's a little overwhelming, but I'm enjoying myself going through the story so far. It hasn't.
Are
gotten
you playing
to
it
that point
on
of
console
being
or PC?
monotonous and boring.
Very nice. Yeah, so just a heads up, you got a
PC.
package coming to you from me. It's a small package. Actually, it's probably for my wife since I asked her to send it for me. It's that RAM for the new build that you're doing. And because it's 3200 versus, I think, what do you have,
Yes.
2100 right now?
In the Alienware,
So once you get this
have,
3200 RAM,
I believe
it will
it's $21.99.
when you get the rig going, you'll see a distinct difference, especially on things like load times and especially when you're loading in between zones.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed, like, even now that I have 32 gigs actually working in this rig now, for whatever reason, I had 2 sticks not working. But yeah, now, like, there's a little bit of I bounce when I go into a new zone. And during one of the special events, it actually bumped me out and says that I lost connection or was reported or some weird message like that. And I was like, what? Okay. But yeah, that's my state of games. Just Destiny 2.
Very nice, sir. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting back into that. My buddy Z is getting on me. I just wish that I didn't have to buy it twice. Like, I can play it. I know I can transfer my character, but I wish I didn't have to buy it on, like, the Xbox and then also buy it on...
Dude, I feel you, because I got to buy it on Xbox, PC, and PS4. Yeah, it is. It is because I don't like myself.
Well,
Destiny's gotten so...
like
fucking
yourself.
Bungie has gotten so much money out of me. It's just sickening.
Oh, yeah. They've got money out of, I think, a lot of us. But, Damok, what is your state of games, my good sir?
Well, I fell down the rabbit hole with Co, and I started playing Rogue Legacy. And oh god, I've played that game for a lot, because I can sit here with my controller while I'm teleworking, and, yeah, on one screen play Rogue Legacy, and just keep going and going and going, and all I do is fucking die, like, 5 minutes into each run, but I'm bringing up my legacy, and it's been pretty fun. I haven't encountered the colorblind, but the dyslexia one, I can't run any damn quest because I can't read the fucking quest when he's dyslexic. The nearsighted and the farsighted are fucking awesome, by the way, where it fucks the blurriness up on everything, and you're like, oh man, this is so hard to play.
Yeah, I love it.
Really, it is fucking phenomenal. I think it's cheap as shit right now, too, on a Steam sale, so...
And I'm telling you, man, that game, stupid. It's stupid simple, but it's got that, like, Metroidvania thing going on with it, and it's so fucking fun, especially when you kill them and it tells you how they died, and then you get their ancestor or their next, their kin, and you're like, how the hell did this dwarf birth a giant?
Oh yeah, I've been loving the shit out of it. It has been my game of choice, and honestly, until July 9th, when the summer sale ends, it's $3.74. Just fucking buy it. Holy shit, it's fun. Yeah, it's great. The other one that I've been playing, it's a demo, and I love tycoon games, so I watched somebody play it, and then I grabbed the demo because it's free, and it says it's coming out later this year, Cartel Tycoon. So I built up my drug empire, starting with weed, moved over to coke, sent my lieutenants in, took over, like, cities. It's free demo right now. Cartel Tycoon is fucking great, but that's about all I've been playing.
On the castle or the Rogue Legacy game, have you played Lost Castle at all?
I have not played Lost Castle.
Alright, it's very similar, and I think that would be up your alley too, for just some stupid fun.
Lost Castle. Okay, I'm going to check that out real quick.
All right. Well, thank you, Damok.
I actually have
Cecil,
got a little
what is
Destiny
your state
on
of
my
games?
docket as well, but not Destiny 2. I actually was able to convince a bunch of my old...
Hey, what? Stop. All right. I don't want to hear about your trips to the strip club. Okay, let's keep this PG. All right, bud.
I'm pretty sure PG went out the
G.N.A.
window
It doesn't
around
matter.
episode
Come on. Tits and
101.
panties.
I was able to convince a bunch of my old clan
before
buddies
that.
to run Destiny 1 raids. So we actually went and we did the Time Vault or Atheon raid, and we did the
Not Time Vault.
Vault of Glass.
You
It's a Time
freaking
Vault, dude. Come
scrub.
on.
The Vault of Glass.
It's Vault of Glass. You're absolutely right. You got me.
I don't care. It's
And we
called
also
Vault of
did
Glass.
the
Get it
Crota,
right.
the Dark Below. And we couldn't
Scrub.
get 6 people to run it, so we actually there was 4 of us that were available. So we actually 4-manned both of those raids, and it was so much friggin' fun, man. Like, goddamn, it brought back so many memories of just taking down Atheon and taking down Crota, and it was funny because all of us had forgotten some part of the mechanics throughout the raids. So like when we got to Atheon, we forgot that we had to be teleported and that it teleported us automatically. So we opened on the second phase through. We actually opened the portals and jumped in. And then all of a sudden everybody got jumped in and the door was closed and we're like, hey guys, we're all in here. I'm like, fuck, what do we do now? And then one of them, like literally, I think it was Magnate, did the voice for, out of The Last Starfighter. He just went, we die. yeah, we died. Then we pulled Crota. And there's the segment in Crota where you've got the Abyss, where you've got both sides and you've got 2 annihilation totems and then 1 circular plate to open the bridge. But you can only go across the bridge if you have the sword. So you got to kill the sword bearer, go across the bridge, and 2 people have to hang out on the totems. Otherwise, you wipe and you die. Well, we only had 4 people, and we had to get at least 3 people across. So we can feasibly get 2 people because 1 person gets across, and then the second person runs over from one of the totems, starts running across, and at the very end jumps as the person gets off the plate holding the bridge open, and they get across. But how do you get the third person across? Well, I'll answer that for you. You cheat. You get the sword, and then you jump up and you get over to this one pedestal, and you can get up as high as you can go, and you got these booths called Bones of Ao. They allow you to get an extra jump out of your hunter. And ironically, I was a hunter. So I ran over there, I put on my highest jump I could as Arcstrider, jumped up on top, jumped up with my first one, which gets you stupid high, and then I used my Bones of Ao to get even more stupid high, and then I used the sword, and I kept swinging the sword because it lunges you forward, even if you're in the air, and I just kept swinging the sword, lunging myself forward, until I got over to the next platform, and then I got there, and I took out the sword bearer, not the sword bearers, the gatekeepers, wrecked the gatekeepers, and then we just brought the bridge up from that side and brought the guy over, and we had all 4 of us over. Dude, it was so much friggin' fun, and it brought back so many memories of playing Destiny 1 and the fun parts, not the frustrating bullshit parts where it's like, oh, they've aged out this weapon. Oh, they've tweaked this so that you can't do this. It was just genuine, laughing fun to just run through a couple of those raids again. And we got through them in, a couple hours. Like, I think we had 2-ish hours to get through them. We blasted right through them. We died a couple of times. We wiped on the Gorgons. We wiped in a couple of other places. You wiped, actually, I say it like I sounded like, oh, I did it first try. No, that fly across the bridge thing, it took me like 6 tries to get across because I couldn't remember how to do it for the life of me. But then I finally remembered. I'm like, oh shit, I got this. It was,
Now, did that
grab my pocket. No, it wasn't my coattails. Grab my pocket.
Coattails, and I'll
yeah,
Sherpa
that's
your
what I
way
always
through.
used to say to people whenever we were doing raids, and they were like, dude, I've never done this before. And I'd be like, just grab my pocket. I'll get you through this. And literally everybody who was always there would always say the same thing. They'd be like, are you sure? And then everybody else in the room would be like, yeah, just follow Cecil. He'll get you there. And that's what we always did. Yeah, man, it was just so much fun to just go back and goof off. Like, there was no, we didn't do it for any loot. We didn't do it for any gear that we were trying to get. There was nothing we were trying to get out of it other than just to play through those raids. And they're genuinely,
so just a blast through.
Not to say that the raids in Destiny 2 aren't fun. But it just seems like in Destiny 2, they're spreading themselves thin. They're really focusing on so many other activities that they're not really getting any one thing. They're getting a whole lot of things okay. I don't think that they've really nailed any one singular thing, like really nailed it. But like the Crota raid, even though you can solo the Crota raid, I mean, I don't think they've soloed the Vault of Glass yet, but the mechanics of the original raids out of Destiny, just so much fun. They were genuinely fun to play. And I'm excited to get back into Destiny 2 here eventually, but it was just really fun to, not have to fire up a game where I don't have to play for 2 weeks to become valid again so I can go run the activities with my clan members that I have. I don't have to spend 2 weeks to get myself valid again just so I can go, run with them. It was just, we were all on the same level already. We just fired up the game, went to our vault, grabbed a bunch of shit, and then went for it.
That's how I feel about Destiny 2. I feel like I'm such a low light level trying to do the story missions. I mean, sure, they say that, like, it's, in some of them, 900 or 850 or 750 or whatever it is. But then, like, you get past all that and you don't have your light level up to go any further because, hey, guess what? They want you to be, like, 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the grind in Destiny 2 is super real. And the grind doesn't bother me. As I said, once I get back into it, I know it'll take me a couple of weeks to get back up to be valid. I think I left off, I'm at 750 light. It won't take me that long to get back to the point where I'm valid and I can start running Nightfalls and stuff like that again. But it's just, I wanted to play with some friends. I wanted to go do something that we knew we could do. And firing up the original Destiny and just playing through some really simple stuff. Dude, it was funny because going from Destiny 2 back to Destiny 1, there's so many little creature comforts that you don't have. Like your parkour. Like, you don't realize how much that comes in handy in Destiny 2 until you go back and play Destiny 1 and you're like, oh, I got this. And then you hit the edge and then you just fall to your death and you're like, why did I parkour? Oh, shit. Yeah, they didn't have that in Destiny 1. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, I just picked up Rogue Legacy. It's downloading now.
Yeah, I picked up the Castle game that Zyber recommended as well.
Lost Castle?
Yeah, I just picked up Lost Castle.
Nice.
It's too hard to not pick up these fucking games, dude. The summer sale is on. You have until the 9th. And I mean, a lot of this shit is 75% or more off. Yeah, I bought some 10% off, but holy shit, dude. I think honestly, I've been spending more money and more time researching games and buying games than I have been playing games this week.
What about you, Blue? You haven't told us. What's your state of games, man?
So I really haven't done much gaming this week. Got into the Pokemon Go today when I was getting my medication infusion. Excuse me. Caught a Pikachu floating around with, he was literally being held up by a bunch of balloons. That's kind of cool. It's, I guess it's part of their anniversary. Because I think July, they came out sometime in July back in 2016. But I did that today. I played some Division. I've been getting into a new season. Still kind of behind in that. We played that for a little bit, me and my buds. But God, I've been falling behind, man. I need to. I found my Switch today when I was looking for my my external battery pack. Yep, that's it. That's him, Zyber. Floating Pikachu, and. So I found that my Nintendo Switch, and I have not played that thing in a couple months. I need to get back into that. But yeah, I've been kind of busy with some other stuff. Been looking into. Not going to go into it. It's kind of private. but been gathering some stuff for a birthday present of mine.
Are you telling us that we can't get into your privates?
I've been doing some work into that, and some medicine. No, you cannot. But yeah, that's kind of where my state of games is at. I kind of want to get back into playing some more. Maybe get some Kingdom Hearts in this weekend. I'm trying to get through that game. But yeah, that's my state of games. But
well, the article is here.
Let's get into some articles.
Oh, I missed that, man.
No, not the article. Just articles, and not the articles of the Constitution. Just articles. Yeah, nothing really special. But so we got some. We got something that Zyber shared with the group, and I've literally while you all were talking, I was reading through this, looking at this some more, and then I was like, I looked at some of these people, and like just did a quick Google search images just to see, kind of like, I'm not someone who takes things like, oh, it's this, like someone says this, or the media says that. I'm like, all right, let me do some digging here. So I did some digging, and like I looked at some of these people, and I'm like, I see where they're coming from, and then I did some looking at the terms of service, because I remember kind of what they used to be, but I'm surprised that they don't actually mention some of the things that I thought they used to. But this comes from Dextero.com. It is Twitch is sued for $25 million, not 2.5 million, but 25 million over suggestive, air quotes, streamers, Alinity, Pokemon, and more. So, this is coming straight out of California. Don't call this a comeback. We've been here for years, folks. But a Twitch viewer from California submitted a civil complaint seeking $25 million in damages from Twitch for exposing them to overly suggestive and sexual content from various streamers. Well, let's see. I am not good. So I am currently not logged in, I don't think. Or am I? No, I am. Shit. So let me go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log out of Twitch. And let's just kind of take a look. So someone name a
Destiny
game real
2.
quick. Popular game.
League of Legends.
All right, let's go. Let's check
House
out
Party.
League of Legends. So I'm going to pop up League of Legends chat or channels, live channels. So we got LCS. I've got River. I've got BoxBox. I've got June. I got someone else. Okay, so that avatar. So I got a girl. I got a guy. I got a. Nope. That looks like a girl. Girl, suggestive looking, female armor type, thing from like those free download RPGs, like the armor doesn't cover much kind of avatar, guy. All right. Yeah. Guy, girl. Yeah. Some of it. So one of the things that this guy's getting at is he's got some issues, and I have no problem discussing them because he's, this is in the article, and it's actually in his court lawsuit, and he's actually disclosed his information. So the plaintiff has been a Twitch Prime and Turbo subscriber for years now, and whom suffers from depression, OCD, panic disorder, agoraphobia, and Crohn's disease. And because of these maladies, he heavily relies on the internet for all of his entertainment purposes, as many others do during this difficult time. And he's making reference to COVID-19. the pandemic. Many people have to stay home for entertainment, all caps, and are quarantining themselves, including particularly vulnerable children. 13 is the minimum age you have to be to have a Twitch account. As for the plaintiff, he only leaves his house for his infusions, having to deal with the Crohn's disease. Otherwise, he's on his computer constantly using and watching Twitch. Mr. I'm not going to say his name just because I don't want to. He suffers from sex addiction due to an obsessive compulsive disorder, and it makes him obsessed with sex and compulsions. Twitch has extremely exacerbated his condition by displaying many sexually suggestive women streamers through Twitch's twisted programming and netcode, making it nearly impossible for the plaintiff to use Twitch without being exposed to sexually suggestive content, and there is no way for the plaintiff to filter. So basically, I can't go into Twitch and tell it, hey, show me only male streamers. Or only, like you can filter it through who's the top, like the channels with the most views. Like right now, I've still got League of Legends open. So search tags, trending, extension, enhanced plus, rank plus, competitive. And I can sort by recommended for you, which is an algorithm. Then viewers, high to low. What I personally like to do is I like to go to viewers low to high, because I like to see the people who are on the bottom, because I've actually discovered some people. For example, I've discovered some very popular streamers because there weren't a bunch of people watching what they were doing at the time. And then recently started and all this other stuff. And you can do this for all games and all content. But yeah, you go to things like, just chatting, IRL, you can run into a whole bunch of different stuff. Recommended for you, I'm really not sure how that works. I'd have to dig into that. I'm sure that has something to do with your cookies, your browser history, all this stuff that they've managed to collect on you as an internet user, which is why I always suggest you clear your dang cache and use a VPN. But yeah, he's got a point, because of there are these streamers out there, and some of them, if you had started this lawsuit several years ago, I'd say you have a ground to stand on, because of the way Twitch streaming was. It was kind of like the Wild West. I have seen some stuff. People have seen some more explicit stuff on Twitch. They are cracking down on that shit as a result of people ruining. You could say the old saying, "You ruined it for the rest of us." So they're cracking down on a lot of things. They're cracking down on harassment. They've cracked down on your attire. You can get in trouble for the way you dress. Now, I thought that we weren't allowed to show skin, but it's actually not the way that is. And I know I'm kind of hogging this right now. I do apologize. But I just want to kind of go into some stuff here. So, nudity in attire. Standard guidelines. We do not permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, including exposing genitals or buttocks. We do not permit the visible outline of genitals even when fully covered. Broadcasting nude or partially nude minors is always prohibited regardless of its context. So that you can get away with context in some situations with certain sexual suggestive themes and such. You must, for all streamers, you must cover the area extending from your hips to the bottom of your pelvis and buttocks. So guess what? I can wear hot pants. I know that just made some of you excited and some of you reached for the trash can. I understand. For those areas of the body where coverage is required, the coverage must be fully opaque. So I can't wear sheer hot pants. and I can't wear partially see-through hot pants because that does not constitute coverage. Augmented reality avatars that translate real-life movement into digital characters are subject to the standard, as is cosplay and other costumes. They've got some IRL outdoors. IRL, for those of you who don't know, is in real life. Outdoors body art, and they've got different things. So apparently, if you're swimming or at the beach and concerts and festivals, swimwear is permitted as long as it completely covers genitals, and those who present as women, keyword present as women, also cover their nipples. So that doesn't apply to men. So I want to say you'd probably get in trouble as a guy streaming shirtless, but it's kind of not explicitly laid out. I would think it would be here. It might be someplace else in the community guidelines, but I'm really not seeing it here where they're talking about attire. And it kind of is a gray area, but I guess you can get in trouble for shit. But they also have something where they talk about women must completely cover their nipples and Jesus Christ, I can't say
areola.
Areola, thank you, sir. With a layer of non-transparent clothing or a paint and latex combination, artist grade pasties, tape, latex, or other art items. This is for the body art category. So if you want to do body art painting, you can do that. They had talked. Where was I reading this? So people passing through the background of your stream are not held to the same dress code requirements, but broadcasting nudity is not permitted regardless of context. Accidentally nudity appears on your stream, you're supposed to take it down and take actions to not let this happen again. So if I go walk into a strip club by accident, air quotes, I need to remove that video. Or if
by
a woman,
accident,
or if some woman decides to run behind me and is topless and goes I have to take that video down. So, but I'm held to a different standard as the streamer. Like I have to keep covered. But they also talked about contacts of that are sexually suggestive. So you must maintain the health of our community and promote content that is appropriate for a diverse audience. Sexually suggestive content is prohibited on Twitch, and they evaluate that based on behavior or activity, are independent of user attire, and are instead based on the overall surrounding framing and context. So that's the evaluation of this stuff. So I can be sexually suggestive in a latex suit, or I can be sexually suggestive in a bra and panties.
I was going to say...
I can also look kind of weird in bra and panties.
I think you look good, dude. You'd fill it out nice.
I'm a little hairy. I'd have to say
I want to hear more about the latex
odd.
part. Like,
so you'd be French.
Be doing that on
Oui. Okay. Maybe. We'll look into that. So content or camera focus on breasts, buttocks, or the pelvic region, including poses that are that deliberately highlight these elements, are prohibited. Groping or explicit gestures directed towards your breast, buttocks, or genitals are prohibited. Fetishizing behavior or activity such as focusing on body parts for sexual gratification or erotic roleplay, simulated sexual acts or sexual stimulation, using or featuring sex toys in contexts unrelated to sexual education. So I can talk about sex ed, but there's a line.
You can talk about sex ed, but you can't say, this is how I like it.
Yes. All right, so simulated acts of sexual stimulation, already covered that. Erotic dances, such as those involving stripping and flashing. And you're like, oh, okay, well, there's more to erotic dances. Guess what? They cover that with pole dances or aerobatics with sexually suggestive framing. So you don't have to strip down. You could be doing this in that latex suit, But you got to be careful about that. And then posting, displaying, or sharing erotica, including detailed descriptions of sex acts or pornography. So this is their rules about nudity.
I am so glad episode 101 is not on Twitch. We would get banned in a heartbeat.
Oh, yes, we would. But we have an explicit tag for a reason, and we have disclaimers in certain very heavily, like suggestive episodes like that for a reason. So I read something about underbust, and that's where I look at a lot of... So they listed a lot of these female streamers. He gives an extensive list of... I want to say...
No. He does not give an extensive list because it shows that he is following 786 female streamers and 0 male streamers, and that list is maybe 20 names that they list there?
Yes. Well, he gives good examples.
But the thing is, you have that many people that you're following of the opposite gender. Now you're suing. I think he realized how much money he was giving to these people, and he wants to get it back because they wouldn't give him the time of day.
And this is where you could get into this discussion about sex addiction, whether certain people don't consider that to be a mental deficiency. Or if somebody's addicted to gambling
disability, and they walk into a casino, it's not the casino's
but we're not getting into that.
They're addicted to gambling. It's not the casino's fault that they walked in there. Now, granted, I think things have gotten a little bit out of hand on Twitch, but
they have. I've looked at some of these women, and here's where I want to. This is like, I get what Zyber's saying, and I get what you're about to say, and I'm sorry for cutting both of you off on this, but this is where I want to get at. Hi, my name's Blue Shark 45. Thank you for stopping by on my Twitch stream. You can also follow me on Twitter. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, so on and so forth. So Instagram's got its rules, and we can talk about what I don't know. I really don't know about these others. There's some service that I don't really know about. Fans only. I've been told that allows
Fuck
sexually.
That Plexstorm, dude.
Okay, so there's services that allow sexually explicit content. I have a feeling that Twitch would have a problem with you sharing that link in your bio or at the end of your stream verbally. But I've seen stuff on Instagram and Facebook that is overly sexually stimulating visually, and that's with photos, and that can be with dances and all this other stuff. So if a female streamer mentions that stuff, you might go like, oh, and then you go there and you start going into this rabbit hole. It's not like it's so
that's
here's
on the user.
It is, but you have to understand is that we as a human race really aren't good at this whole social internet interaction thing. Like this has connected us, but this has also really divided us. You have people who think that everyone in this world is a racist based off of things you can read, or everyone is, hates this or hates that based off of stuff that's put on the internet, because there's this massive spreading of information, and whether there's truth or whether there's whether it's entirely true, partially true, or complete BS, there is nothing stopping that information from being spread on the internet. So there is a vast majority of overstimulation and overinformation, not necessarily quality information, and it can lead to you getting stuck in a rabbit hole. And that's where I feel for this individual. I would also say to this individual that there's some other things that you need to work on in your personal life to help you with these problems. And one of it might be, and it sucks, but you want to get rid of, it's like if walking to the grocery store takes you by the casino, then you need to go to a different store or go a different way. If you only want to consume information on a social media platform, then maybe we need to move away from Twitch. But then again, I think Twitch should be a little more firm with what they're doing with our attire. I think, because I looked at some of these female streamers, and Pokemon, like in the article you got Pokemon, and so she's wearing a t-shirt, full, regular t-shirt. I think that's okay. It's not very tight, we're not, it's a regular woman's t-shirt. The photo they show of Alinity, yeah, V-neck, crop top, whatever the heck they call this stuff, showing off a lot of skin, accentuating this, accentuating that. Now I get it, some women are more endowed than the others, whether biologically or medically, but I think that Twitch could benefit people by letting you go, okay, I want to be able to set this algorithm. This is, Facebook's had an algorithm thing that was pitting people against each other. It's exciting, reactions based off of negative reactions, showing you things that got your blood boiling. So I think Twitch has got a little bit, they've kind of screwed themselves a little bit, and they need to do some stuff, but that's what I think. Y'all want to chime in?
It's a little hard. I mean, you've covered pretty much the basis across the board on both sides of the fence, from what I've been listening to, and I just think the dude's full of shit and trying to get money. And he's trying to claim sex addiction, and he only follows 786 different female streamers that, if you want to go on Twitch and you really want to do it, they are constantly banning males and females, because, yeah, there's always those, and they run their little OnlyFans sites, and I mean, shit, dude, if you're really going to do it, get on Reddit, follow the girls on Reddit, and go to their OnlyFans and pay your $9 a month, and get their videos, and then download something to fucking rip all the pictures that you want. It is what it is. Overall, I think the dude's full of shit. I don't think he's going to get $25 million. I think he's just trying to really play into the whole,
well, he's not.
I'm addicted to sex, and Twitch is hard, and I just want to clean my life up and watch video games, and there's just sex everywhere. Duh. Welcome to the United States, the most sexually repressed fucking country in the goddamn world. Sex is everywhere. We sell it to everyone in every way. Disney sells sex to children.
Yeah, Pixar moms. But his request for relief is $25 million in punitive damages. But you're wrong, it's not going all to him. It is to be split between the plaintiff, other Twitch Prime Turbo subscribers, with any of the monies left over to be donated to both COVID-19, and I'm not going to dance around this. Believe me if you want to. I'm not going to dance around this. What the hell does Black Lives Matter have to do with this? This seems kind of out of nowhere. Like I would think you would want to donate to a charity that supports and helps people with sexual addiction. I'm sure there's one that exists. I'm sure there's some support group out there that helps people out with sexual addiction, and I would think you want to donate to that. So this whole Black Lives Matter charity seems a little
right. Let's jump on the bandwagon on that one.
Maybe
Black Lives Matter is the hot
Tiger
thing
Woods
right now, so everybody's jumping on it, and I
That's what
But look, I'm all for the Black Lives Matter movement.
And if you're against this,
so I'm going to stop.
You're
I'm stop right here. But it's not that it's a bad movement, but that's just bandwagoning.
It is. It really is. But yeah. Zyber.
Yeah, there was another article with people suing over the same thing, and this one kid, same scenario, sued Twitch for a similar amount of money, all because he was rubbing out to these girls and got sores from rubbing out so much. Like, that's Twitch's fault? Come on.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it's gonna get the sores again.
I mean,
man. Man.
Dude, take responsibility for yourself. This isn't a streamer's fault or organization's fault. This is you feeding your
I agree with
addiction
you. Like there's a definite level of
follow.
personal accountability that you've got to go through. Oh yeah, right hand side. No,
Like
my wrist is
your
braced
wrist
because
is braced because
my wrist is braced because I fucked up the nerves in both my hands with gunpowder and just repetitive use.
It's not TA.
And yes, I masturbate a lot. But no, but we're not. No, it's not carpet tunnel syndrome.
At least he's not saying it's TA from coding all night.
Yeah, right?
What I mean is that, like, there's some personal accountability that these people have to.
But,
like, you got to take some onus on yourself. It's the exact same thing I was talking about with, like, the gambler. If a gambler walks into a casino and spends all of his money, it's not the casino's fault. Now, on the flip side of it, there are things, and casinos have gotten under a lot of scrutiny, and they have had to change things around where they can't do predatory practices of preying on people's gambling addictions to get them in. And while I don't think it's necessarily Twitch's fault explicitly, I think Twitch has got some own accountability that they have to own up to. You know, they make money off of these streamers that are super popular. And if showing a little cleavage or showing a little leg or whatever it may be makes them popular, gets them money, okay, but Twitch turning a blind eye to it and just kind of saying it's not our fault is not accurate.
I gotta grab my fleshlight now.
It is kind of their fault too. They've got to take some steps. They've got terms of services, and they're always touting, "Oh yeah, we're banning people for our terms of services." If anything comes out of this lawsuit, anything, I want to see them actually ban these people for violating the terms of services, and not just banning that account, but banning those people. If they're
Now, I have seen that a lot, though. They have legitimately flat out banned the person, and not just the account. The person comes back with a different account. They've legally pursued action against. There was a couple of them that ran that weird. I don't understand if it was an actual sex ring or not, but
multiple times. Yeah, forever ago, he used to always get banned. He got banned for saying the N-word on stream.
Ninja got banned? When did Ninja get banned?
And that's my opinion, is that if but that
then he should be permanently banned and never allowed back on.
Terms of services. Now granted, there should be levels of it, but like Dr. Disrespect,
I really could.
He's been banned multiple times. It's actually become a joke now that he gets banned for a week or two or a month or whatever, and then he comes back and it's, he got his hand slapped, he's learned his lesson. But you can't set a double standard like that. And that's the thing that Twitch is doing. Like, these people, when they're banning their, like, they're not bans. They're temporary hiatuses. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing that's, look, if I go out, and granted,
yes,
I'm all for, hey, look, if I fuck up, and I shouldn't be judged on that one fuck up. Okay. But some of these people who have been banned multiple times, or have done, like, okay, so take just general law. If I speed and I get a speeding ticket, I don't think I should get my license taken away because I sped once. Now, if I'm doing 125 in a 35 mile an hour zone, okay, that's a bit excessive. I kind of expect my license to be taken away at that point in time. but that's my point. Is that like the same way with Twitch? Like if you make a minor screw up, like for instance, there was a woman a while ago who she got banned because she was breastfeeding. She was doing an interview. She had a newborn baby. The child was hungry, so she just proceeded to continue with the interview and breastfeed the child. She got banned for that. I don't agree with that. And everything was turned around. But even let's just say that on the strictest level, on the very strictest level, she showed her boob on stream, and she was pretty good. I don't think she actually showed her boob really on screen. And if she did, I think it was only like a little bit of the side or underside of it for a brief moment until she covered. Even with that, let's just go with base fucking level. Let's just go with absolute black and white, no gray area. She shows, she gets banned. Okay. It was a screw up. It wasn't okay. So, hey, look, I was breastfeeding my kid. And that's where the context thing comes into play. Okay, I was breastfeeding my kid. I screwed up. I'm sorry. Won't happen again. Like that, I can understand. Okay, you fucked up. You said sorry. Now, if it happens again, that's a different story. Hey, it happened again, dude. Hey, look, you said you weren't going to do it again. You did it. You know, hey, I'm sorry that you got a kid, but you know that that's against our services, so don't get on stream then. And then the argument comes into place of, oh, well, that's my primary source of income. Look, if primary source of your income is entertainment in that way, you gotta go by the rules. You know, it's the same way that all the other major celebrities have to live by those rules as well.
Yeah, and so the slurs, hate speech, all this other crap, like, I'm going to summarize this real quick. I believe in the First Amendment. I'm an American. This is the United States. You can tell me to go fuck off. You can call me the worst words in the book about me to my face, and guess what? It's your right to do it. You're an asshole, you're a jerk, but you have the right to say it. So I don't like banning people because you said a naughty word. You call for action of violence. That's a different fucking story. That's breaking the law, and that's bad. Now, with regards to these people taking onus, I think they should. I think they should reach out for help. I really think, you need find someone. Find anyone to help you out. I am not going to lie. Personally, I've had my own addictions, my own problems, and I'm not gonna lie. There's you talk about the stuff that's on the internet to feed your addiction for whatever it is, information, funny cat videos, or you want to go to the darker, sicker sides. There are dark websites that some people know how to get to that have some really twisted things on it. And then there's a more of a median ground for the more easily accessible. There is pornography. And there are so many different freaking categories of porn. My God.
Absolutely. The flavors are like Linux, man.
Yeah, this isn't no Baskin Robbins 32 flavors, ladies and gentlemen. There is a shit ton of crap. There is a lot of stuff out there. And it is hard. It is.
It definitely does get hard.
It is figuratively, and it is also spiritually hard. And I mean spiritually as in your own self-control to overcome your own desire. Like whether your addiction is drinking, whether your addiction is pornography, chocolate, compliments. Like, I can't survive unless someone tells me something nice. That's what some of these people who stream, like, they want the likes, they want the positive feedback. Some of these people who do shit, they get banned, like, they love the attention. Dr. Disrespect, you said his name was, right? Yeah, he loves the negative attention. The attention.
Yeah, he's an attention whore.
Yeah, I have two parents that raised me, and I'm blessed to have that. There aren't people that have that in this world, and that sets you back to not have that. But they gave me the love and affection that I needed to not seek the attention that some of these people desperately need. And I look at these women, and I look at these guys who also follow these women who are, jerking off in the corner, or they're just addicted, these sexual addiction stuff. And I go, y'all both are sad cases. Because I look at people like Lady Desiree, or Desire. It's French. I can't say it right. Lady Desiree, and she's a music teacher. And I have never seen her wear anything suggestive on stream. And I did a quick image search of her, and comparison to her versus the other women on that list, I see her wearing modest, conservative clothing. She has respect for herself. She's not flaunting anything else. She has talent as a musician, and that is why she has a following. And not to say that any of these other girls don't have some other talent outside of their own physical endowments or enhancements, but it's sad on both sides. And you need to take onus of your addictions, and you need to make steps. If it is something where I have to do this, you should step up and find help, because you have a problem.
Within that, though, I see kind of hypocrisy on it, with allowing one thing over another.
Yes,
you
and there
can't
is.
wear a shirt that is low cut if you're a woman, but you can.
So that's the thing, though, is that there is a very, very fine line between what can be considered art.
Is it pornography or is it art?
You can look at something and be like, "Oh man, that turns me on. That's erotic," and that's a really, really fine line there. And it's hard. In my opinion, pasties with body paint, I don't think that should be allowed on Twitch, because people can find that erotic. And that's, even though it's designed to be art, I mean, that's one of those borderline ones where I'd be like, nah, I don't know. I just don't know. But I got to make a quick reference here. Actually, two things. One, fuck you, Damok, because now I've got Rogue Legacy and I've been playing it the entire time we've been on the show. And two, I just actually found an issue with one of my characters where they're terrified of chickens, so any chicken legs that drop actually turn into little chickens that run around and try to hurt me.
Oh, dude, that's fucking great. I'm loving Rogue Legacy. Fucking loving it. It's Co's fault, honestly.
But yeah, there is a double standard. Okay. And
are we still talking about this fucking Twitch lawsuit? Holy fuck, dude, it's been an hour already. Legitimately. Dude, get fucked, man. You followed 900 fucking girls on Twitch. You saw half of them relatively naked. Twitch is banning them. Twitch is not banning them. It's back and forth. You're not going to get $25 million fucking dollars. Case goddamn closed. Stay off of Twitch unless you want to see fucking tits, man. That's what it is. And honestly, maybe I'm super far behind, because I don't even know who the fuck Ninja is or Dr. Disrespect. I see him in the news, I'm like, who the fuck? And then I tried to watch one of their videos and went, this is the dumbest goddamn thing I've ever seen in my whole fucking life.
Yes.
But I feel that way about PewDiePie, so get fucked, dude. Let's move the fuck on. This dude, you're not going to get $25 million. Get fucked.
Yeah. Well, I think I was going more into the fact of you need to take onus, step up.
They're not going to.
Yeah,
Dude, dear God. Okay, so you realize that there was a big-ass article that got posted on this. Do you know there's child porn all over Pornhub? Do you know every streaming site that has, the streaming porn and all of that is actually filled with it? And no one wants to go against Pornhub or the major streamers because their law team is fucking ridiculous, because they make billions of goddamn dollars and they don't give a shit. And they get the quote-unquote, we're not responsible for the shit, and you're going to tell me that these overaged fucking Twitch streamers that, yeah, I posted one in the Discord chat. She's 23 years old. That girl looks 16 goddamn years old to me. She was wearing a full hoodie, but I still had to accept that she marked her content as mature content, even though nothing I heard from it was a mature conversation at all whatsoever. It was League of Legends. Twitch isn't going to go anywhere. They're not going to fucking regulate anything. Now, if you say the N-word multiple times, you be overtly racist, or you straight up get naked on camera, then yeah, they're going to ban you for a week.
Yeah. Well, in spirit of what you're saying, Damok, yeah, let's move on. So, PlayStation.blog. PlayStation Plus July games lineup and a thank you for 10 years of supporting PlayStation Plus. So 10 years of this, and I'm not a PlayStation Plus member or an owner of a PlayStation console.
No, not play. You get to own it. So as long as you go and claim it, you own it as long as you have PlayStation Plus after that. So it's yours. It's yours forever. It's just it's what Xbox stole from PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So if your PlayStation Plus lapses, then you don't actually have that. You no longer have access. But as long as you resubscribe to PlayStation Plus, you have access to that game.
Lapses. Okay, so that Rise of Tomb Raider 20-year celebration edition. Erica, I never played that game.
No, it was the 3 games.
Cinematic experience type game. Is that it? I thought they were gonna have more. Nope, never mind. Yeah, so yeah, they're doing that, and I mean,
Ditto.
NBA 2K20. They're coming out with a new one here shortly. That's pretty cool. I loved the Tomb Raider.
I think so. I know. I've played. I have them all.
Rise of the Tomb Raider. Isn't that the last one in the trilogy that they've put out so far? Does anyone know? Oh yeah. So she races to find a powerful sought after artifact before Trinity. The trail leads to the myth of velocity of yeah. This is definitely not the first one. So yeah, that's cool.
I'm actually really super happy that
yeah.
Sony has done a lot of screwed up things.
Anyone want to add anything
but
to that?
I'm glad to see that they've stuck with that whole giving away games for PlayStation Plus, and it was something that Xbox even found, or Microsoft even found, like, wow, that's actually a really good idea. That really gets people to stick around. You're giving away games that are not, they're not brand spanking new games. They're not games that just came out. They're really not expensive games. They're usually about, the $20 range at most. I'm really glad to see that they kept that going, because that was one of the things that really got me into PlayStation Plus. Because originally, like way back forever ago, when PlayStation wasn't trying to do the online presence, they had to catch up to Xbox in some way, shape, or form. And I think that, like, doing that really is what set them apart. Was what made PlayStation Plus an actual value versus just, oh, I have to get this. Like with Xbox, I feel like I have to get it. I don't feel that there's like a way around it. I feel like I have to get it. I've had it for a long time now, and to be perfectly honest, I have used it. I don't think I've used it in the past year. But I still feel like I have to have it because I have an Xbox, and just I might happen to do something where I need it. Now, the Game Pass on a different is a completely different conversation, and the Game Pass is fucking amazing.
I will confirm. I really, really enjoy my Game Pass. But yeah, PlayStation Plus thing. I enjoy it. I'm glad that they have it. Otherwise, my days back when I was mainly on the PS3 and the Vita would have been really lackluster for games. Because I didn't go out and just shell out for games. And I'm glad that Cecil, you turned me
Yeah,
on to the
they
Plus.
have released a lot of really great games.
As well, a lot of the games
even
that I
games
have
like,
and enjoy
actually,
were because
I
of
think
the
Rogue Legacy
Plus.
is how I played it first. It was free on PlayStation Plus forever ago. And I loved it. I was like, oh man, this is the friggin' bomb. And I played it ever since. I actually think I bought it on PlayStation Vita after it came, like after I got it from PlayStation Plus. I bought it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, because I was like, I have to throw money at these people. These people deserve money. Like, it's just and this is a bit of a digression, but it's the same thing about like when they're talking about piracy and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, there's a lot of people that pirate. I may or may not have thrown on an eye patch every now and then. But typically, like the people that I know that do it, they're typically the first ones to be like, no, this is good. I'm throwing money at this. This deserves me to give them money. I can't not give them money over this. And that's kind of how I felt with Rogue Legacy. A long time. With streaming, you don't even need to.
I haven't worn an eye patch in years, man. Like, now that fucking games are there's streaming games, you're getting free games from all these wonderful fucking subscription things. Like, damn, dude, I've not worn an eye patch when it comes to games since dude, 10 plus years now.
Just like our partners, they give out free games pretty much every other month.
Yes. You should go to Humble Bundle when you buy games. And when you buy your games off a Humble Bundle, you should put partner equals G.N.A podcast at the end of any Humble Bundle link, whether you're getting it for free or you're paying for it. But, moving on.
There is going to be explicit amount of
Damok,
pussy
myself, and I'm sure a few others.
2077. I am excited.
But you can pet the kitty in Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pussy petting in Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so Sanchez, let's see if I can find her full name. Miranda Sanchez from IGN. One of her quotes from her review of Cyberpunk wrote in her preview of Cyberpunk 2077 is, "Ooh, and I pet a cat. That's very important. I didn't see any dogs for you dog people out there.
Get a cat. That's all that matters."
So like, screw like the side quest, the huge map, all this other stuff, customization of your character. You can pet the kitty. Yeah. I'm interested to see how they do this, because I know the Division 2 New York Warlords of New York expansion, when you go into their centralized hub, they actually have a dog that comes out of a dog house, and you can go over there and you can pet the dog. And I literally pressed the button, and it was just my character was still petting the dog. I was like, oh, that's cool. You still can't pet stray dogs, but this is definitely pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, this adds something to the game, in the sense that it helps make it more of a world that you can immerse yourself into. So Battlefield is really cool because you can topple the building in certain multiplayer maps. You can destroy your environment, and that gives it a sense of realism in addition to bullet drop and actual bullet physics that is lacking in games like Call of Duty. But when you've got like the water sticks to you and it takes a while before you dry off, or like Cecil, you were talking about, and I think it was either last week or the week before, the grass actually bends as you crawl through it, and then like being able to like interact with different NPCs, being able to interact with different items instead of, and that takes a lot in a big world. That takes a lot of time to make something where you can interact with like you could go over to the table and pick up every individual item on that table, or, that takes a lot. But like to add something in where you can like go into pet a cat, that kind of tells me that that proves to me as a potential consumer, not as a sold consumer necessarily, that they've added detail to this game. If you don't know anything about CD Projekt Red, being able to do something as simple and as mundane as that, add something to it. A level of detail.
I personally don't understand it. I mean, you could pet a cat, okay? Why?
It's the immersion factor. It doesn't matter if you personally like petting cats. The people that are playing, like, oh, it'd be cool if I could reach over. Oh shit, I can pet that random ass cat that I'm playing with. That is at emergency level, or the emergent level. Emergency, Jesus. But that emergent level of playing the game where you're just like, okay, I really can get into it. You get a cat that purrs back when you pet it, and you're going forward, and you keep going about your fucking life, and all of that. Like, they've promised immersion to such an amazing extent that whether or not you're there, the story develops with or without you. It doesn't care that all the other storylines are going to continue no matter what your choices are. It's going to be fucking good, dude. You can just be walking through and there you go. You reach down, you pet a cat, and then you keep fucking playing. Be like, that was cool, man. And you think more of it. It's just a little bit more immersive overall.
I don't see it as any gravitas immersion tactic.
But what other game allows you to just stop, randomly pet animals, and then keep going?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but I think some games have pet interaction.
Yes, there are some games that have pet interaction, but I mean, the random. So to try and get immersed in it, man, you're walking, and this cat runs over by the trash cans, and instead of just being a cat that you're like, oh, that's cool, it's fucking scripted to run around the trash cans, you can walk over, reach down, pet the cat responds, then you can keep going on. That's getting steps closer to being full immersion.
Damok, you played D&D with me. I think it's safe to say I'm more concerned about immersion than I am about anything else in those games.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Just this little tiny level, and it's the little details that really make immersion really shine. And it's little details like this that I really think, while it's so, it's simple, it's stupid, you're like, oh god, great, I can pet a cat. It's just one of those things, like in real life, you're walking down the road, you see a cat sitting on the side, and it like rolls over on its side, and it kind of does this little, head shake thing at you, and you look and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And you scratch its belly quick, and it just gives you like a little purr, and then it runs off because it's going for whatever, or it hears something that it doesn't like, and you're just like, oh yeah, cool, I just pet the cat. It's the little details. And I think the cat, or being able to pet the cat, is one of those things that it's showing you there's these type of little details in this game that you can expect. Maybe not every little detail, but it's these little details that you can expect. And I think that's kind of like, it's kind of like a foreshadowing of like what else is to come on this level. Yeah, just a little thing.
All right, so more substance to the game.
And I think that's what it's really meant to be doing.
That's
is
fair
it's going to be adding that
say,
little
cool,
level of immersion. I think there's other little things that we don't even know.
See, that's weird.
I think this person was just like, oh, hey, I get to pet a cat. And it's like, oh, cool, I get to pet a cat. I think there's other levels.
Right, and I'm confused, Zyber, where when they say that, hey, you know what, you can walk around and pet the random cats, and you go, oh, that's really fucking interesting, but you didn't do that. You were like, oh, fuck it, you could pet a cat, and it's like, wait, hold on, what other game is really taking it to the point where they're going out to add the little things like Cecil's been saying? Because yes, I've played D&D with Cecil, and I do agree that immersion in what we are doing is the finer things and what is really making it. And a video game that allows me to really just be like, oh, you know what, petting a cat is fucking nothing in real life, right? It really isn't. It is a huge deal in a video game to do minor things. The more minor the thing that you can go for, the better. Those little teeny details that, oh man, I wish I could have pet the cat in the game. No, this game you can pet the cat. I wish I could have pet the dog in the game. Oh, that would have been cool. You know, oh, it doesn't really matter because it's not really part of the game, but fuck that. But when you're playing it and then you just reach down, you pet the dog, you pet the cat, and you're like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And then you keep going. It's that little teeny tiny fucking thing that matters, and for somebody to actually be doing that and incorporate into a game, that's big.
But the thing is, to me, it's such a random thing to get focused on. If it's like, okay, cool, whatever, but it has no real bearing on the story.
But it doesn't need
Cool,
to.
you're adding that in.
It doesn't need
I think
to.
it was just that one person's reaction.
That's the best part.
I don't
They're like,
see
holy
it
crap, I can
as
pet the cat.
something to freak out over.
But
It's
but
cool
sorry,
they're
how
adding
many
that
times have
level
you
of
played a
immersion,
game
but
and you've been like, you get to a door that
Alright.
doesn't open and you've been like, man, I wish that door opened. Or you got to a painting or something and you're like, man, I wish I could just move that painting. This is kind of like that level. It's just, oh man, I wish I could have pet that cat.
all right, fair enough.
I'm excited.
Yes. I think that's
You're just
definitely pumped
offended
up
by the
that game some
transgender. You
more
can admit
in
it. It's
my
okay.
book.
We know
I'm
you're
not
racist.
not sold on it, but that's mostly just because of personal choices that I need to beat more games that I.
Oh
currently
yeah,
own.
that's at the marketing.
But-
No.
That makes me a
The
sexist.
marketing to transgenders in a game.
That's what I did. That's what I did in Conan's, man.
Yes.
In Conan,
I don't know, dude,
made
but
my
I
penis
swear to
as
God,
small
the
as I
first thing I
possibly
do
could.
is I'm gonna make my dick so goddamn fucking small. You will need a microscope to see it in that game. I'm so excited.
Well, if I
that's
get
why you
the
did
game,
all that.
I'm going to make myself have the
That's
biggest
why you
tits
killed all
and
those
smallest
people.
dick.
Size of your penis. I get it. I'm
Right?
sorry.
And then when the cops arrest you, they're like, oh, small
Bob
dick.
Michael?
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Bob, nice tits.
You know, the whole Bob thing. Fight
I
Club
couldn't
Bob.
remember his last name. I'm like, I remember it's Robert.
Yeah.
What the hell was his last name? I couldn't remember.
Well,
His name was Robert Paulson.
moving on from that and the fact that I don't like blue people. So Diablo 4, they have a quarterly update. This is, I don't want to spend too much time on this unless someone gets really excited. But this is it's kind of like this is like a here's where we're at kind of thing and what they're thinking about doing. The game itself seems like it's still very much in a beta and anything can still change. But they're talking about multiplayer. They've talked about kind of an open world element, which is something new to this. It's always been, it's been a while since I played Diablo 3, but there really wasn't a lot of like this open world outside of story stuff that you could do besides like little quests here and there, but it seems like it is going in a different direction than the previous Diablo games, which I'm looking forward to. Larger map, different activities that you can do, some emphasis on multiplayer versus solo.
I'm a huge Diablo fan.
Player.
I'm really excited about Diablo. The only thing that I'm not excited about is that
so I really don't want to spend
even
too much time
like
on this
the gameplay itself still looks so painfully slow. I don't even mind the cooldown on the skills. I know Ko is, if he listens to this show, he's going to probably like start screaming at me. But I don't even mind the cooldown on the skills because that's something that they've been doing for years now with World of Warcraft. It doesn't bother me. But the painfully slow movement, combat, it just... I don't know. That's the only thing that concerns me. If they can get past that, if they can make it feel faster than it is, and maybe it's just like Path of Exiles where it starts off stupid slow, but then it starts to get much faster as you go along, I'm okay with that.
See, Ko is probably gonna fucking kill me for saying this, but Path of Exile moves way too goddamn fast once you start leveling up, and all it just becomes a shit stream. I fucking close my eyes and click my mouse button, and oh god, I've killed everything and the boss, and I'm good to go, and I didn't have a fucking seizure because I had to close my goddamn eyes because everything flashed too fast, and I have no idea what the fuck my character was actually doing.
So they moved past being mobile? I thought Diablo 4 was going to be like the mobile.
No, it's Diablo Immortals. That was so they talked we at that time they talked about there was like rumors they were going to talk about Diablo 4. But Diablo Immortal is still a thing. It's still mobile, and it was announced in 2018 and planned for Android and iOS, but it had no release date.
No, there was a separate game that was mobile. This is not.
4.
It's not this.
So this is not. This should not be Immortals. I don't know. Yeah. Well, let's see. So I'm on Blizzard's side. Let's see. Diablo Immortal. What do we got going on here? Loading. Just trying to get through the VPN. It's a little slow here. Google search didn't really give me much as far as like a release date here. So pre-register now, and it's new at BlizzCon. Coming soon to iPhone, iPad, and Android. So they're still on this mobile kick, but they don't have it out yet. But Diablo 4 itself is still
But really, can you blame
this,
Blizzard for trying to jump down the mobile market?
I don't know,
The mobile market is huge
out
right now.
than an alpha. This looks like it could have gone into a beta or is going into a beta. No.
Yes, I can blame Blizzard for jumping down the mobile market. I absolutely can blame them. Instead of trying to create a new IP to do it, which they fucking could have, they tried to ram something down people's throats that they were not interested in. And they knew it! They knew it from fucking old Q&A sessions about it, that no one was fucking interested in Diablo going into a mobile setting. An offshoot of Diablo,
I'm
yes,
I wanna
but
see that.
not Diablo. That was a bad fucking call. That was bad Q&A when they did not listen to it.
Do it. Don't care. Go into it.
That's actually really fun.
Yeah,
man.
same here. I'm interested in mobile because then there might be a mobile game other than Pokemon Go that interests me.
Have you not tried the Harry Potter one yet?
Dude, I was going to say, have you not been playing BitLife? I play BitLife like fucking crazy, dude. I love that goddamn game.
Yeah, but I honestly don't care if they went down the mobile route. Like, whatever, fine, do it. I'm not going to play it necessarily. Maybe I'll pick it up, but I really don't think I'm going to commit myself to a paid game
Okay, so even if it's a free
if they
game,
want to do it, it's fine. If someone if they want to create a story that ties in Diablo 4 or goes from Diablo 3 to 4 with Immortals, I will wait for someone to stream that and to create a video on it or whatever.
Wait, there's a problem though. Okay, so check it out. There's 4 of us in here, right? The 4 of us, yeah, sure, we play a lot of PC games. Some of us play mobile games. I think all of us actually play mobile games to a certain extent. And all of us have played a Diablo game, yes?
Woo Diablo.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so we've all played a Diablo game. How much time and effort is sunk into a Diablo game? From Diablo 1, I've got hundreds of hours. Diablo 2, I have thousands of hours. Diablo 3, I'm 900 fucking Paragon levels into the game. Okay, I've sunk hundreds, if not thousands of hours into that game. And then you're going to introduce a mobile game that doesn't fit with the Diablo series. It really doesn't, because how many of us are going to sink hundreds, if not thousands of hours into the actual mobile game? You're not.
All right. You have touted that game so much.
I play maybe 10 minutes once a week, and I've only been playing it for like 3 months. Oh, dude, it's fun as shit when you're playing it, but it is one of those, hey, I've completed all my projects at work, and I'm just gonna fuck around, but it's a game that I can instantly close and resume exactly where I left off without any fucking issue with it. Not like a Diablo game where, oh, I'm just gonna fucking immediately exit where I'm at and hope the fucking demons of hell do not rip my character fucking apart in the middle of a goddamn wasteland.
See, now I have a different perspective on it because I've got
I play. It might be, but when's the next time I pick up BitLife? A month later? And it's a different thing.
It's designed. I really think that a mobile Diablo game could really nail a market that a lot of mobile people, like there's a lot of mobile people out there. Now, granted, I'm not saying that it's going to attack and hit those people that are classic Diablo fans. I don't think it's marketed towards you, Damok. I really don't. I think it's marketed towards the mobile market, which the mobile market are those people that sit down and they play the game 10, 15 minutes a day. And they knock it out, and they just do I lovingly call them the dailies. You jump on, you do your dailies. If they design it right, I think you could capitalize and get a lot of those people that just they're not necessarily PC gamers. I think I went into this on on one of the other episodes where people are always chime in, oh, I'm not a gamer. Well, what are you playing on your phone there? Oh, I'm just playing insert game here. I'm not a gamer, though.
No, I got you. We really should sit and talk about mobile games then, because if you've got a game that hooks you to play 10 to 15 minutes every single day, man, I'm missing out, because I scroll that Google Play Store and the top 100 games in every category are absolute garbage. Everything is fucking trash from what I see. But yeah, if you guys have games, let me know, because I'm actively fucking missing something, and I don't know.
Pokemon Go.
Well, a lot of the mobile market stuff is just like the Switch market. It's pump up. That's all it is. They pump it up and mislead on the game that it's actually something greater than it is.
Now, there's a bunch of games out there that are genuinely fun to play. Now, just like most mobile players, I go through games and I'll play a game. There's some games that I'll play for a while and then I'll put it aside. Like Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go's fun, but it didn't fit in with my lifestyle at the moment, so I stopped playing. But like Marvel Strike Force, I've been playing that forever. It's a full-on pay-to-win game, but there's enough non-pay-to-win stuff in it that make it fun to play. And it's rewarding enough that I enjoy playing it. But that's the thing, is that mobile gaming is a completely different mindset than normal gaming. And normal gaming has crept over there with its microtransactions and all of its pay-to-win elements that they've really started capitalizing on. And that's one of the things that I don't agree with, but it works. And because it works, they're going to continue doing it. But that's the mindset of most mobile gaming in general, is that it's that mindset of I can do X to get Y, and it's all about the grind. And I don't know. There's a lot of fun mobile games out there, and I don't know. Yeah, and
I'm at the point,
with Marvel
though,
Strike
with, like,
Force,
say,
I jump
Pokemon Go
on and
as a
there's
mobile
a certain
game
set of
where,
things that you
like
have to
you said,
do. And I do those
I
things, and it's
grab
like,
my
okay, I
dailies
get them
when I
done,
can.
and then I put it aside.
That's where I'm at.
Ditto.
And I don't feel bad for putting it aside. I just put it aside. And I think that's a lot of mobile gaming.
Yeah, I used to actively dump probably 3 or 4 hours a day.
But even if you take that time that you just take to grab your dailies, if you're doing them every day, playing a game for 10 minutes a day, it adds up really quick.
I mean,
that's how Diablo. That's how the first Diablo. I've got over 2,000 hours in that game, because you jump on and you're like, all right, I just got to do my daily stuff quick, and that daily stuff takes 20, 30 minutes, and you do that daily. All of a sudden, that time just it adds up real quick.
It does.
But
it
still,
really
that
did
2
when
minutes
I
over every
worked,
single day will add up
further
real
away,
quick.
but
And
now
that's
that I'm
kind of
like
the
4
theory.
minutes
That's
from work,
the
it takes
mindset
me
of the
about
mobile
2
gamer.
minutes
It's not
to grab my
about
dailies, and that's
it's
about it.
not the old school Damok like we are, where it's like, I want to sit down and I want to enjoy a game. I want to sit down for 3 hours and play this game. It's bite-sized gaming. It's about quick bursts of playing a game and doing something really quick, and then either moving on to the next game or moving on to whatever else you're going to do.
Right. I guess my biggest hang up on mobile gaming is finding a game that, can actually
I can understand
use
that.
a controller. Just tapping a screen, it gets boring after a while.
Oh, yeah. Depending on the phone you have,
It's
that
so
friggin' thing
freaking
can get
boring
right
after
cookie.
a while. Let alone the goddamn phone gets so warm.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to see more, but I think this is too early to call it on Diablo 4. I think they're still pre-alpha, so we'll just kind of keep an eye out and see where they go, and I don't know, maybe Immortals will crash and burn. All it is filler material between, I checked, it's supposed to fill in the timeline between Diablo 2, Lords of Destruction, and Diablo 3. And that's it.
So it's sort of a segue prequel kind of thing.
Yeah. So if it happens, it happens, and it adds more information. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't really matter in my book.
So we're going to see more of Uriel?
It doesn't
Belial.
really say too much. So Diablo 2 Lords of Destruction, for those who don't know, Diablo's brother Belial corrupts the World Stone, forcing Tyrael to destroy it. Belial forces Tyrael to destroy it. So in Diablo Immortal, the fragments of the World Stone corrupt the land, and demonic invaders pour into Sanctuary. And then you go into Diablo 3, a falling star strikes near New Tristram, bringing forth an ancient prophecy to the end times. And then Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls, the Nephilim stop Mothul, or stop the Archangel of Death, and meet their fate. Yeah, so that's kind of like some of the Diablo timeline. But moving on, So Amazon Studios has licensed the rights to a worldwide best-selling game franchise, Fallout, with acclaimed producers Jonathan Nolan and Lindsay Joy's Kilter Films attached to produce the project currently in development with a series commitment. So I kind of glanced over this article, but right now, Kilter Films, they're currently in a pre-production on a techno-thriller drama, The Peripheral, which is based on a book by William Gibson. And it follows a woman in the near future America in which technology has started to subtly alter society. Interesting. Kilter Films also produces HBO's Westworld, which is wrapped up in its 3rd season and is recently picked for a 4th.
I'm gonna have to stop you right fucking there.
What?
From my understanding, Kilter Films, like you actually just literally read, is in charge of Westworld on HBO.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have Amazon Studios, because Amazon is trying to destroy Netflix. They are going to throw money at Kilter Films. Not only that, Bethesda is licensing and throwing money at Kilter Films to make a new Fallout fucking TV show. Westworld is phenomenal if you haven't watched it. And Kilter Films, if you guys really haven't watched it, watch some of their older shit. Kids, that movie Kids is fucking phenomenal. Boys Don't Cry is fucking phenomenal. But let's just get into their TV show. They did Westworld. Westworld is fucking phenomenal. Westworld only has HBO money, and you think HBO has Amazon money? Get fucking wrecked. Amazon has 100 times HBO's money to throw it at. Plus, it's Amazon and Bethesda. It's gonna be fucking great. And if they really screw it up, goodbye Bethesda.
Wait. You said bye?
Yes. Fallout 76?
You said bye to Bethesda back with 76.
Yeah. Yeah, Bethesda's Fallout 76 was a flop.
It's actually not bad. They fixed a few things. Sure, they recycle assets in the game.
Yeah, but in the beginning, the Division was a flop.
It's pretty fun.
I'm not going to lie. I have heard good and bad things, but in the beginning, it was a flop. There were a lot of people.
And I'm talking about $11.99 fun.
No, hold on a second. Hold on. Zyber, are you playing Fallout 76, yes or no?
Yeah, I haven't played it in like a month and a half, but...
You haven't played it in a month and a half, and you've played it, and you have enjoyed it across the board, and found that it's not microtransaction heavy?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't bought anything for it. I haven't been prompted to buy anything for it.
Okay, and I know that Cecil was talking about it. Have you been playing it? Okay. Blue, have you been playing it?
Oh, I thought you were going to skip over me, and I was going to...
No, I would never forget about you, sweetheart. I love you. Don't you fucking worry. Have you been playing Fallout 76?
No, I have not. But that's just, again, going by the whole choices.
No, I will not play Fallout 76. I have been following the progress on it, the good and the bad, and while I do believe that there is quite a bit of goodness to it, that they have ruined the game with microtransactions and everything, especially, I'm sorry about the jingling, that is Odin in the background. He's playing with the toys on his fucking own, but yeah, dude, that cat is fucking psycho. But Fallout 76, from what I have seen, even on the good part of what they have fixed, they've also fucking ruined a lot of it, and I think it's too far gone at this point. It's not like No Man's Sky, where No Man's Sky receives updates that legitimately make it better, even though I'm still not a fan of No Man's Sky. Fallout is not receiving any updates that make it better, it's only making it worse. What about rebuying everything that you've had to purchase in the past?
I haven't purchased anything whatsoever.
then you haven't progressed to any of the raid missions.
I haven't bought in anything whatsoever, so...
So you haven't participated in any of the town raids So I have a couple of people that play it at work, and it was one of those things where you can't even get into a quote-unquote raid mission without paying to get into it. And I haven't played it myself. I've only talked about what they've encountered, and it's been absolutely awful. And microtransactions rule the entire game.
See, I haven't run into that. I'm running the main storyline that comes with the game from the person that you're supposed to track down. I haven't run into any of that stuff. I'm not doing any little side missions or anything like that. I'm doing the main progression of the game. I've not been prompted or asked to pay any money to go any further.
Okay, and how far, I'm curious because the couple people that I got bought into it when it was in the beta, they were super fucking excited to get into it, and not a single one of them seems to enjoy the game. And they tried to go back after several patches and play it, and no one really likes it. I don't know their gamer names. I only have the real life names, so I don't want to say it on the stream. But how long have you been playing? How have you actually enjoyed it? And do you find it to not be, like you've said, not be pushing microtransactions? But that's not what the general gist of it is.
I've had it since, let's see, I think March last year.
I mean, that's a decent amount of time. 50, 60 hours, I think, is enough time to be able to judge a game.
50, 60 hours into the game.
Your RimWorld.
Oh, absolutely agree. That is a good amount of time to get into a game, man. I mean, not RimWorld. RimWorld requires 1,000 hours, but
oh yeah,
as far as my RimWorld requires 1,000 hours. My Elite Dangerous also requires 500 plus hours. But no, I would give you anything above 40 hours into a modern game will give you a relatively good handle.
Objection.
And you're honestly saying that as far as it goes, you're not seeing a lot of push for microtransactions? Because
I'm not seeing any prompts whatsoever. Unless I want to get cosmetic bullshit when I go into the menu, I'm not getting prompted by anything.
So, as far as, okay, you're not getting projected with microtransactions, which is fantastic. That is actually a good thing to hear. I'm actually relatively excited for that. So, if I were to pick it up, do you think it's worth full price, or definitely go for a sale on it and go from there? Because
I would not buy it full price. I would do what I did. I looked on
before you go out and try to buy it, keep in mind
the
that
game
the
every once in a while
Xbox
for
Game Pass is going to be getting it.
Absolutely 100%
so
on an $11.99
if you've got Game Pass, which I'm pretty sure you do, don't you still? Damok?
The Xbox Game Pass, I literally just canceled it because I haven't been playing anything on it until we start playing Sea of Thieves again. Then I will definitely pick it up because, it's cheaper than buying Sea of Thieves outright.
Well, what was your end date?
I have no fucking idea, dude. I canceled it early this month or late last month.
Right, but if you paid for the year, you have it until that year or 2 years or whatever is
so
up.
So if you've got Game Pass is going to have Fallout 76 on it.
Yeah, I thought it was $10 a month or something, and I totally forgot I was still paying for it, so I just recently canceled it.
And I'm looking for a game that I can jump down like balls deep into, so I might be able to actually get a chance to play it. I'm a sucker for the Fallout series, though. I got sucked into them in the 90s, and it just really was. was that much fun. Yeah, Interplay and Black Isle, they really did nail it, but those were isometric games versus...
Yeah, but they're nowhere near the Black Isle's productions.
Versus what we have now.
What
we have now
I would say was New Vegas.
So I'm looking at the current reviews on Steam, and I know people review bomb shit, and it is what it is, but I'm looking at the top review, and the top reviewer has 687.2 hours on record, and his review didn't come in until 617.1 hours, and he says, "What if I told you that the end game in Fallout 76 requires you to build a team of 4 and scatter about the map looking for 24 time-sensitive encrypted key fragments? After finding them, you sit down together and decrypt a complicated and specific code that allows you to launch a nuclear missile into a playable map. Feeling accomplished, your team then gets together to assault one of the nuclear missile silos in an attempt to do your first launch. You spend a majority of resources finding ways through the highly classified military facility," and he goes on and on and on, and it's a not recommended review, and he didn't write his review until 617 hours into the game, and there's a whole lot of those. The next one is not recommended. Review time 241.1 hours on record. That's what I have worried about. But if Game Pass is going to give it to me, fuck it, dude. Let's try it. I'll spend $10 on the Game Pass to get the game
on Steam. And even the next one is still a not recommended, but the next 10 after that are all recommended.
And they're all, so what I'm seeing for those, the next one is 94 hours on record, 92 hours. There was a good one after that, and they enjoyed a lot of it, and there's 297 hours, there's 439 hours, 101 hours. So yes, there are some good recommendations. It's that they're weird when you start to read through some of them. It's almost like they're just trying to, hey, no, fuck all the negative reviews. Let's keep going with positive stuff, and it is what it is. And it's hard. I'm curious because we all know at this point Bethesda fucked up. We all know that Bethesda reused the Fallout 4 engine entirely. They did not do what they promised across the board. They have publicly apologized for not doing what they have promised with everything with Fallout 76, but have they made it into a better game? I don't know. I have not played it, but for $10 to pick up the Game Pass and play it, I'm with you, Cecil. I'll pick it up. Fuck it, I'll pay $10. Let's go.
Like, what they designed didn't turn out the way. I mean, like, he's talking here about, well, really all you do is you just Google launch code because somebody else has already done it. It's the same thing for everyone. Well, okay. I mean, don't Google launch codes. If you want to play the game, play the game. I can Google all the secrets to Metroid too, but I kind of enjoy just playing the game. Now, granted, what he's saying here about bosses makes me a little concerned.
Yeah, and I do like that in his first description of it, and he's like, doesn't that sound incredible? Yes, it's an amazing experience, but then it goes into the rest of it, and he's like, it's fully scripted, it's broken, it's not... But I mean, so when I played World of Warcraft, and I was trying to get into raiding, you had to actually watch the videos made by, I forget who fucking made them, but you had to watch those videos to understand the entire boss mechanics instead of playing the game and learning the mechanics for yourself, you were expected to watch these YouTube videos before the raids fucking launch, and they're like, that is trash. I want to go in and learn the mechanics and have a lot of fun, not watch YouTube videos on how the shit fucking works. And
I can see that.
I guess maybe that's what he's also struggling with.
But what you're just
when I'm looking at it,
World of Warcraft raids. That's why I love Destiny raids, because you could go in blind, or you could watch, the YouTube video and see how somebody did it. But you could go in blind and really just have fun figuring it out versus having somebody tell you, go stand over here. Granted, there are a lot of people, though, that just don't have the time or the friends to commit to that time to be able to figure it out like that. And that's disappointing, because really going into a raid blind, the way to do it. Like, going and figuring out those mechanics, you beat it the first time and you're like, man, you just stand up and chest pound, because it's awesome.
And that's why WoW Classic and the vanilla WoW was so fucking amazing, because even YouTube at the time didn't have anybody really detailing the raids, because each clan that was going through it was keeping it fucking secret so that they could progress further into the fucking raids. Now you are legitimately expected to watch the videos on each and every fucking boss fight and raid and all of that, so you can gear up, progress, and get it fucking done before the game comes out from the beta goddamn servers, because they don't change the mechanics, at least on World of Warcraft.
Like, I want to get my raid done this week. Don't force me to have, I always had way more than whatever was requested, but it was just like, dude, you're like excluding so many people. You could be making people better versus saying you're not allowed in because you haven't completed the raid 5 times. It's like, eat a dick, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's fucking trash. However, to go back more on topic, I am a huge fan of the Fallout series. Fallout 76 has left a very bad taste in my mouth, even though I haven't played it. I have not liked what I have seen about it so far. I am really excited to see Kilter Films produce a series. It's going to be an Amazon series, so we should see it on Amazon Prime on the Fallout. And holy fuck, dude, with the amount of money that both Amazon and Bethesda can throw at it, it's gonna be fucking amazing. At least I really hope it is. Yeah, I'm fucking excited.
Yes, and hopefully this will be just another great show on Amazon Prime, and we will just have to wait and see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been running long. It's getting late. So, Zyber Blood, please tell the lovely people where they can find you.
You can find me in the trash can outside of a Denny's, Clifton Park maybe, or maybe Albany. I don't know. Depends on where the bus takes me. But no, seriously, you can find me palling around on the G.N.A. Twitter, Facebook, Discord. You can also find me pumping up on my Instagram, showing a little cleavage pictures and little butt shots and stuff like that. Yeah, other than that, you can catch me on my Zyber Games Facebook and Twitter. That's about it.
Thank you, sir. And Damok, where can the lovely people find you?
You will currently find me sitting at the top, the tippity fucking top of the Discord as the rank 50 ultimate shit talker in Discord. I have my own color. I have my own column at the tippity fucking top, because I talk nothing but shit. It's a good goddamn time. You can find me on the Discord, and if you want to talk shit,
Find me on Cecil
we can go
Games
fucking
on
toe to
Twitter,
toe,
Cecil
buddy.
Xavier everywhere else. Twitch, Ustream,
Well-earned
Mixer, as long as it's still here.
And Cecil, where can they find
Discord,
you at, my
pretty much
good
that's
sir?
it.
Thank you, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Blue Shark 45,
You are.
and you can find
We
me
got to see
on
on there with those
Parler.
guns. Yeah, we can. I know we can.
Well, I think it's called Parlay, but it's spelled Parler.
You're pronouncing Pornhub wrong.
No, you cannot find me there. Yeah. Okay. You can also find me on Twitter at G.N.A Podcast. You can also find me on the G.N.A Discord, as well as other Discords such as 3-Player Co-op, Mulehorn Gaming, Ultra Super Mega. Shout out to the Enable Sisters. I really don't play that game too much, but if you like things like Animal Crossing, you can check out stuff in our Discord as well as theirs. And ladies and gentlemen, when you've managed to pull yourself out of the Denny's parking lot and you make your way down the street and you head towards a house, you may find someone telling you about this wonderful website that we currently own.
I'm not sure if Fallout 76 is gonna be good, but fuck it, for $10, we're gonna go ahead and play that goddamn thing.
You got censored by Discord.
Or GNApodcast.com.
Thank you, Damok.
That was epic. Discord decided to cut you out.
Have a good idea.
Damn it. The First Amendment, it doesn't exist. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you all have a lovely night. Thank you.
Oh, man, it's been fun.
Have a good one.
We hope you enjoyed the show. G.N.A, Games, Nerds, and Alcohol. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Reviews help people find the show, so if you enjoy listening to us, let other people know. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play Music, Podcast Addict, Player FM, Stitcher, Spreaker, MyTuner, Your Listen, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and a whole bunch of other places. If we aren't someplace, let us know. We'll upload there.
You can also follow us on Twitter or Facebook by searching at G.N.A Podcast. You can also join our Discord chat. Just see the pinned tweet.
We do a game show night every first Saturday of every month on Mixer at www.mixer.com/GNA Podcast.
And join us every second Saturday of the month for Horror Movie Night, hosted by Zyber.
This month's horror movie night will consist of the movie The Crazies and The Ring.
We want to thank Morgan BS Photography for our artwork and logo. Check him out at morganbs.com.
And please email us at GNApodcast@GNA in your DNA.1 with all your questions, comments, or death threats. We would love to hear from you. And last but not least, please be sure to check out our website at www.GNApodcast.com.
So if I strip right now, they won't see me?